That night, when the rain refused to stop falling in Umuaka village, I heard the sound of footsteps outside my hut, slow, barefoot, and sorrowful. If I had known what that night would bring, I would have shut my eyes and covered my ears. Because that was the night I learned, not every maid is human. It began months before the rain. My uncle, Motsi Uwokwe, was the richest man in Umuaka. He had 10 goats, 3 wives, and a compound so large that a stranger could get lost in it. But he had one problem: he wanted someone to serve him. Someone to fetch his water, sweep his yard, wash his wrappers, and bow when he spoke. So one day, a trader passing through the market told him about a girl. A quiet one. She doesn't talk much, the trader said, but she works like 3 people in one body. My uncle, full of pride, agreed to take her. That's how Adis came into our compound. She was young, maybe 17, with eyes that looked like a storm was hiding inside them. She spoke softly, never raised her head when she talked, and always wore a white wrapper, even when others wore collars. At first, she was perfect. She cleaned every corner of the compound. She cooked before dawn, fetched water before the cock crowed, and even sang softly as she walked. But strange things started happening. The first night, we heard her singing by the well long after midnight. Her voice was sweet, too sweet, like something from another world. When my uncle went to check, the song stopped. And he found no one there. The next morning, the bucket by the well was full, but not with water. With palm wine. We thought it was a trick. But the same thing happened again and again. Every time she sang, something strange appeared: a god of oil, a new basket of yams, or cowries where dust used to be. My uncle was overjoyed. He told everyone, "This girl is a blessing. A gift from the gods." He gave her more work, more tasks, and shouted when she slowed down. He called her my maid, and she only bowed and smiled. But one night, I saw something I will never forget. It was a moonless night, cold and dark. I woke up to the sound of water splashing. When I peeked outside, I saw Adis by the well again, but she was not alone. Behind her stood shadows, tall, slim, with glowing white eyes. They were whispering to her, their voices like wind through bamboo. She smiled at them and said softly, "I will soon be done serving. The debt will be paid." I ran back inside, heart pounding like talking drums. The next morning, I told my uncle what I saw. He laughed. "You dream too much," he said. "Go fetch firewood." But that evening, things changed forever. Adis came to the compound carrying a bowl of food for my uncle. Yam pottage, rich and steaming. He took one spoonful and froze. His eyes rolled white. His hand dropped. His body stiffened like dry wood. Adis stood there, still smiling. Then she whispered, "The debt is paid." And before our eyes, she began to fade. Her white wrapper turned into mist. Her feet lifted above the ground. The wind roared, and she disappeared into the air, leaving behind the sound of her song. When we rushed to my uncle, he was breathing, barely. But when he woke, his hair had turned white. He never spoke again. The elders said Adis was no ordinary girl. They said she was the spirit of a maiden wronged by his ancestors, taken to serve as a slave when she should have been honored as a bride. They said she came to return the favor. From that day, no one in Umuaka ever called anyone maid again. They say every human carries a spirit, and every spirit remembers. So now, whenever someone in my village brags about their house girl, I tell them this story. Because I was there the night Adis sang to the spirits, and I still hear that song when it rains. Never make someone your maid. Because sometimes, the person serving you might be serving something else entirely.